one more pass with that mower and HOA shutting you down.
Then bring the police and let them explain who really owns this block.
You just made the biggest mistake on this street.
The sound of police sirens echoing across Maple Ridge Lane was the last thing Ethan Cole expected to hear while mowing his lawn that morning. But what shocked the entire neighborhood wasn't the police arrival. It was the moment everyone realized the quiet man making perfect mowing lines at the corner house owned far more of the neighborhood than anyone had ever imagined. Before we get into the story, comment and tell me what city you're watching from. Ethan had lived on Maple Ridge Lane. For almost 3 years, his property sat quietly at the end of the street, surrounded by tall oak trees, fresh-edged sidewalks, and one of the cleanest lawns anyone had ever seen. Every Saturday morning, neighbors would hear the low hum of his commercial mower, moving slowly across the grass. Perfect stripes, sharp edges, not a single weed out of place. Some people thought he was obsessed with lawn care. The truth was, Ethan simply loved the peace of it. He loved the quiet, the smell of fresh-cut grass, and most importantly, he loved the fact that his property wasn't part of the HOA. That freedom had been one of the main reasons he bought the place, because unlike everyone else on the street, nobody could tell him how to mow, what flowers to plant, or how high his fence could be. But apparently, someone on Maple Ridge Lane believed otherwise. The trouble started when Linda Barrett moved into the newly built house across the street. Within days, she introduced herself to everyone. As the new HOA coordinator, most neighbors smiled politely and moved on. Ethan did the same. The first time she knocked on his door, but the second visit was different. Linda stood on his porch, holding a clipboard, a stack of HOA notices, and staring directly at the fresh mowing lines across his yard. "You'll need to remove those landscaping borders," she said firmly. Ethan looked at her calmly. "My borders?" "Yes," she replied confidently. "And the mower stripes are also violating HOA lawn appearance standards." Ethan blinked slowly. "My mowing lines violate HOA rules." Linda pointed toward the side yard. "Your grass pattern is considered non-compliant with neighborhood uniformity." For a moment, Ethan just stared at her. Then he calmly said the one sentence that started everything. "I'm not in your HOA." Linda's confident smile disappeared instantly. "Everyone on this street is in the HOA," she replied sharply. Ethan shook his head. "Not this property." Linda tapped her clipboard impatiently. "That's impossible." Ethan leaned casually against the doorframe. "When I bought this house, the title paperwork clearly showed this land was never included in the association." Linda didn't seem convinced. Instead, she walked toward the edge of his lawn, studying the deep green stripes Ethan had just finished cutting. "These landscaping modifications violate HOA standards," she insisted. "Those standards don't apply here," Ethan replied calmly. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Linda gave a tight smile. "We'll see about that." She turned and walked away quickly. Ethan assumed that would be the end of it. But 2 days later, another letter appeared on his porch. Official HOA violation notice. It demanded he remove the landscaping borders, change the mowing pattern, and lower the decorative fence around his garden within 7 days or face daily fines. Ethan stared at the notice quietly, then folded it once and placed it inside a drawer because he knew something Linda clearly didn't. And when she eventually learned the truth, the entire neighborhood would be stunned. Follow for part 2 because this HOA fight was about to turn into the biggest mistake Linda ever made.